Okay, so for all of you out there prepping for those UPSC exams, you know how important it is to cut through the noise and get to the stuff that really matters.
Absolutely. You've got to find the signal in all that noise.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we're doing today, going deep on a big development for India, economically speaking.
A really significant one, and that's the government's push into this whole creators economy thing.
Yeah, the creators economy, or sometimes you hear it called the orange economy.
Right, and this isn't just some passing fad. This is a strategic investment we're talking about.
With huge implications potentially.
Exactly.
And to kick things off, we're talking a $1 billion commitment.
Yeah, that's not small change.
No, not at all. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, when we talk about the creators economy, we're talking about this dynamic online world,
Digital space.
right, where individuals are making money from their skills and creativity.
Content creators, influencers, bloggers, independent artists.
All of them. Yeah, and the sheer variety is pretty amazing when you think about it. Video producers, podcasters,
Yeah.
like us.
Gamers building whole communities.
Educators sharing their knowledge, writers finding their audience.
Well, happening online.
And all sorts of different business models popping up, brand partnerships, subscriptions, advertising, direct sales, the whole works.
It's a whole ecosystem.
So what we really want to do today is unpack this $1 billion investment.
Yeah.
What's the big deal here?
Yeah, what's the significance?
What's driving this, and what could this mean for India's economic future, looking ahead?
And we'll be looking at all this through the lens of recent reporting, specifically from The Hindu.
Okay, so $1 billion.
Yeah.
Let's let that sink in for a second. That's serious money.
It's a statement.
Right. It's not just dipping their toes in the water.
People-
This is a full-on commitment. And this came straight from Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw himself. So where is all this money actually going?
So the allocation is really strategic. A big chunk of it is going towards upskilling Indian creators. Training programs, development courses, things like that.
So investing in the creators themselves,
Exactly. And another big focus is on upgrading their production capabilities.
like better tech software equipment.
All that stuff. Because if you want high-quality content, you need the tools to make it happen.
Makes sense. And I guess that ties into the global market expansion piece.
Absolutely. A big part of this funding is about helping Indian creators reach a global audience.
That's where the real growth potential is, right?
Huge potential.
And we talked about the creators economy, but I also hear this term orange economy thrown around.
Yeah, so the orange economy is kind of a bigger umbrella term. It includes everything that's driven by intellectual property and cultural expression.
So it's broader than just the digital world.
Right, it's the digital stuff, but it's also things like traditional arts and crafts, design, fashion, even cultural heritage.
So this $1 billion investment, it's really a recognition of how important these creative industries are.
To the economy, yeah.
So why is India making such a big bet on this sector right now? What's the strategy here?
Well, there are a few big reasons.
Multiple factors at play.
Yeah, first off, you've got to consider the sheer scale of India's digital landscape. We're talking over 800 million internet users, and that number's still growing.
That's huge.
It's one of the biggest digital markets in the world.
And it's not just about access. It's about how people are engaging online, right?
Exactly. Affordable smartphones, cheap data. It's been a game changer.
People are watching videos, streaming music on social media all the time.
It's how people spend their time and their money these days.
And that digital engagement that leads us to the second driver, employment and economic growth.
Right, the creator's economy. It's creating opportunities for self-employment entrepreneurship.
Especially for young people.
Especially, it's a chance to build a career outside the traditional job market.
Which is so important for India's economic development.
It's about empowering individuals to become economic drivers in this digital age.
So it's not just about economics, it's also about soft power and global influence.
Absolutely. Indian creators are reaching global audiences more and more these days.
And it's not just Bollywood anymore, right?
It's everything. You've got regional cooking channels, educational content in different languages.
And all this contributes to India's global standing.
It shows off India's cultural and linguistic diversity.
It's about changing global perceptions of India.
Modernity, innovation, all of that.
And of course, we can't forget about technology.
Technology is the driving force behind all of this.
It's changing everything.
AI, AR, VR, blockchain, all these technologies are creating new ways to create and monetize content.
Like NFTs, for example.
Exactly. Digital artists can sell their work directly.
Decentralized platforms, giving creators more control over their earnings.
All this innovation is making the creator sector even more dynamic.
More rewarding, too, potentially.
Absolutely.
And then you've got the rise of regional content.
content in all those different Indian languages.
Expanding the digital economy beyond just English and Hindi.
Reaching a wider audience.
Promoting inclusivity.
That's what it's all about.
It's a vibrant sector full of potential. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? There are challenges.
There are always challenges.
What are some of the hurdles that Indian creators are facing?
One of the biggest ones is monetization. It can be really hard to make a consistent living.
Yeah, income streams can be unpredictable, relying on those platform algorithms and ad revenue.
And those algorithms, they can be a black box, constantly changing, impacting visibility, earnings.
It's hard to build a stable career when the rules of the game are always changing.
And another challenge is securing brand collaborations.
Especially for creators who are just starting out.
Or who haven't built up a huge following.
And then there's the issue of intellectual property protection. You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, content piracy is a huge problem, and a lot of creators don't even know their legal rights.
Or how to protect their work.
It's a major issue because it undermines their earnings and discourages them from investing in high-quality content.
So these are serious problems that need to be addressed.
Definitely.
The government's financial commitment is a good start, but are there other initiatives in place to support creators?
Absolutely. The $1 billion is just the beginning. It's part of a bigger picture.
A holistic approach.
Exactly. You've got initiatives like Digital India, Make in India, Startup India.
All creating a better environment for digital entrepreneurship.
Which benefits creators directly.
Fostering innovation, providing support networks.
It's all connected.
What about the PLI schemes for electronics?
Those are really important. They encourage local manufacturing of smartphones, cameras, laptops.
All the tools creators need.
Making them more affordable and accessible.
Lowering the barriers to entry.
Exactly.
And what about infrastructure? Is the government doing anything to improve connectivity?
That's crucial, the rollout of 5G networks improving broadband penetration across the country.
Because you can't have a thriving digital economy without the infrastructure to support it.
Right.
And going back to regional languages, are there any specific initiatives to support creators in those spaces?
Definitely. There's a big push to promote content in Indian languages on digital platforms.
Making sure the benefits of the digital economy reach everyone.
And ensuring that diverse voices are heard.
And what about AI? How is the government approaching this rapidly evolving technology?
Well, they're looking at its role in content moderation, for one thing.
Keeping the online environment safe and ethical.
And there's a focus on digital skills development, including AI-related skills.
So equipping creators for the future.
Precisely.
Now, our source material also mentioned this thing called Waves 2025.
Yeah, the World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit.
That's a mouthful.
It is. It's a big event coming up, and the government has been busy preparing for it.
With a lot of international participation.
A lot of key players in the media and entertainment industries.
So it's a global platform for collaboration in the audiovisual and entertainment sectors.
Exactly.
What are the main goals of this summit?
Well, they're looking to facilitate joint ventures, co-productions, business expansion, all that.
Connecting Indian creators with international partners.
Tapping into global markets.
Which is a key part of the strategy we discussed earlier. And they've been having some interesting discussions in the lead up to the summit.
About how creativity, media, and technology are all coming together.
Reshaping the industry.
And Waves 2025 is going to be a platform for showcasing all this innovation.
Fostering collaboration.
And the government sees it as a key driver for economic growth and job creation.
Linking it directly to the goals of the orange economy.
Exactly.
And it's not just about economics. There's a cultural exchange aspect to it as well.
Definitely. The summit is also about cultural diplomacy, promoting understanding through creative industries.
Showcasing India's creative talent to the world.
Building bridges.
So it all ties together the investment, the policy framework, the global summit.
It's all part of a strategic effort to elevate India's creators' economy.
Taking it to the global stage.
Exactly.
So to sum it all up, we've looked at this huge investment in India's creators' economy.
The orange economy.
We've talked about the reasons behind this strategic move.
The growth potential, the job creation, the soft power.
We've also discussed the challenges creators are facing.
Monetization, intellectual property protection.
And we've looked at the government's broader efforts to support this sector.
Digital India initiative, support for manufacturing infrastructure development, promoting regional content.
And of course, the upcoming Waves 2025 Summit.
A platform for global collaboration.
Now, for those of you listening, especially if you're prepping for the UPSC exams,
pay attention. This is important stuff.
This is directly relevant to your syllabus.
Economic development, digital transformation, India's global influence.
It's all here.
And it all raises a really interesting question.
A question for you to think about.
Given India's incredible cultural diversity and its rapidly growing digital infrastructure, what new forms of creative expression might emerge in the coming years?
And what new economic opportunities might they create?
It's a fascinating question.
It really is food for thought. So thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
We hope you found it informative.
And if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel.
And leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
What other topics would you like us to cover?
We're always listening.
And just a reminder, all of this was based on reporting from The Hindu.
So check that out for more details.
Until next time, keep learning, keep thinking critically.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.